Now, we want to break away from the crisis in Japan for just a moment and tell you about the deteriorating situation in the Middle East. Violence continues in Bahrain, where the Shia majority are protesting economic hardship and discrimination. Now we're hearing that Bahraini security forces have opened fire on demonstrators gathered at the Pearl roundabout in Manama. Now that comes a day after 2 people were killed following a crackdown by security forces using tear gas and rubber bullets. Well, our Mohammed Jamjoon is on the line now from Manama. And Mohammed, I understand you're also hearing that the security forces have been attacking a hospital as well.
That's right, Andrew. Just a short while ago, we spoke with 2 doctors at the Salmania Medical Complex. That's one of the main hospitals here in Manama. They told us that the hospital had been besieged since this morning, that security forces, police, and army had surrounded the hospital around 5:30 a.m. today, that they were not letting anybody in and not letting doctors or patients that were in the hospital out. And one of the doctors I spoke with who sounded quite scared said that he was actually going from room to room hiding right now because security forces had entered the hospital in the past hour, that they were beating personnel there, and that the doctors and the staff that were there were quite afraid for their safety, and they were trying to get the word out to call on the security forces to please exit the hospital and let them resume their work. Andrew?
Why would they attack this hospital?
We've been trying to get more information from hospitals in the area today to find out the number of casualties. We've heard from one doctor that there are at least 2 people that died in the clashes that happened today. Many, possibly hundreds, injured as of now is what we're hearing. When this type of thing has happened in the past, typically, if there is a crackdown, we've seen that security forces do not want to allow people into hospitals. Now, whether that's going on today in Bahrain, we're not sure. We've not gotten any government confirmation or statements about this, if they are surrounding the hospital, if they're denying surrounding the hospital. But typically, when hospital access is blocked, it's so that people can't find out about injured. Again, we don't know if that's the case right now, why they would enter it. And the doctors we spoke with also said they have no idea why they would have been attacked, why the hospital would have been entered forcibly, why it would be surrounded. That's what they're trying to find out as well. Andrew?
Been days of this crackdown now, Mohammed. Is it clear whether Saudi troops have been involved in any of this activity?
Saudi officials have told me in the past 48 hours that the troops that they sent in as part of the Gulf Cooperation Council force, that they are not involved in trying to do any kind of anti-riot policing, that they are not going to confront demonstrators. Yesterday, the GCC released a statement saying that their forces were protecting 2 installations in the country's south. We don't know where those troops are today. We've not heard anything further on that. And now there have been some conflicting reports today, some people suggesting that there were GCC troops here in Manama. The government is not commenting on that. Everybody I've spoken with the Saudi government has said that is not the case. They are not going to be confronting any of the demonstrators, that is up to the Bahrainis, as that is an internal matter from them. But this is a question that's going to be asked a lot. There's a lot of tension surrounding this particular issue, because when you have a country that's majority Shiite, like Bahrain is, and when you have sectarianism that's already on the rise here, when you have a Sunni army, or armies coming in, forces coming in from Sunni countries that neighbor Bahrain, that's being seen here as a very provocative action and is really causing concern among opposition and protesters. Andrew?
Mohammed Jamjoon from Manama, the capital of Bahrain. Thanks very much for that. Nina?